Welcome to ENN On Air, our digital news show giving you the stories of today. I'm Max Wallace.
And I'm Sarah Timor. Thank you for joining us.
The Trump administration is heading back to the Supreme Court for another attempt to halt full federal funding for food stamps. This comes after an appeals court rejected the Trump administration's effort to block full Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, payments. SNAP is a federal program that provides monthly food benefits to individuals considered low income. According to the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, more than 600,000 households, which is about 1.4 million people, use SNAP benefits in the state. That's about 13% of the state's population. Food banks like Safe Aliments are trying to fill the gap. Safe Aliments has 2 food banks where people in need can select food on a point system. Dave Devilcourt works with Safe's food pantry called The Bridge. He says the recent restrictions on benefits have increased the number of people coming to The Bridge for food.
When the budgets around food are more constrained, it forces places like Safe to focus back on that primary need and really limits the ability for us to be able to serve in other ways.
Devilcourt says donations are appreciated, but monetary donations go a long way. He says the best way to donate is on Safe Aliments' website, safealiments.org.
The University of San Diego is leading a National Science Foundation-funded initiative called Res Data Nexus, partnered with both Elon and Pepperdine University. The project will build cutting-edge data tools to help emerging research institutions track research productivity and grants. The initiative brings together campus partners across engineering, library services, sponsored programs, and information technology. According to the USD, the project will begin in the upcoming months.
After Elon University President Connie Book announced that the Roberts Academy at Elon University will open in the fall 2026, both her and Vice President for Student Life, John Dooley, answered general questions from Elon students. ENN's Fiona McAllister has more on the highlights from the fireside chat.
In a Razu coffee shop, both Book and Dooley were asked many questions about current actions on campus, like the new Roberts Academy.
This is going to mostly impact special ed students, but others who may want to learn this Orton-Gilliam method will be able to access the trainings that are being offered in the center.
On top of the Roberts Academy, Book and Dooley were questioned about the Elon-Queens merger and what student life will look like 5 years from now.
On a day-to-day basis, you may not, during your time at Elon, feel much of a difference because Elon has merged with Queens. Because I think that your experience here will in many ways probably feel much the same.
SGA President Anya Bradich says that she's glad Book and Dooley were here to answer their pressing questions.
And I feel like students really get a lot out of this event. The ones that attend always come out with so much more knowledge than they came in with.
Fiona McAllister, ENN Tonight.
Book and Dooley also answered questions about the recent phishing scams, and no, don't worry, not the ones your dad took you on over the summer, but Dooley said the best way to prevent getting scammed is to be skeptical and double-check emails with the technology department.
Elon's solar panel farm saw some fuzzy faces this weekend, all for one sustainable day. ENN's Charlotte Fabi visited the farm and learned more about Graze the Grid.
It's green energy with a side of wool.
I just got here and I just booked it to the sheep.
A new landscaping team worked on Elon's solar panel farm. Not your typical farming duo, but together they're trimming grass and generating energy. These sheep are doing double duty. An environmental studies senior seminar class planned Graze the Grid. The event's goal? To teach visitors about combining agriculture and solar energy.
You don't have to mow the grass if they're sheep, and this is literally exactly what they're supposed to do. So they just graze and they basically do all the work that sets the stage for planting underneath the solar beds.
Ava Litzinger is one of the students who planned Graze the Grid. She says it's rewarding to see people supporting sustainable practices.
This is something that my group cares so much about in the environmental studies department, and sometimes I feel like it can take kind of a back burner for the rest of the university, so to see that people showed up is awesome.
While sustainability shined at Loy Farm, the real stars were 2 sheep, named Snowflake and Penelope. The sheep live at Little Cedar Farm, just 15 minutes away from Elon. Cheryl and Tom Corey run the farm. Cheryl says there are solar panels on their property, so the sheep are used to it.
To get people to know that sheep are nice, and that you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Charlotte Fabi, ENN Tonight.
At the moment, the town of Elon does not allow for agricultural areas and other property designations to mix, according to Cheryl, but she and senior seminar students hope this will change in the future.
Elon Student Union Board dove deep into their second Subfest ever. 5 student music groups, free food, and student-run businesses took over Young Commons. This event took months of planning, and the weather was perfect for the outdoor concert and activities. Even WSOE, Elon's radio station, had their own table where students could paint shirts and old records. Sub's Special Projects Chair, Caroline Reich, said that this event was made by students for students. Reich started Subfest last year and is glad that as a senior, she gets to watch her second and last Subfest all pan out.
When we were setting up earlier today, I turned to Josh, I was like, man, I can't believe this is it. Because I was abroad in the spring, and I basically came back to Sub in order to help out with this again, which I'm so grateful for because I love it. But it's just kind of crazy, Josh and I have been on Sub together since freshman year. So it's exciting to kind of wrap up on such a high note with such a great event that we're so proud of.
Reich came up with the submarine logo for Subfest because of the Student Union Board's acronym, SUB. Well, Sarah, let's get off this food talk because I'm getting a little hungry, but ladies and gentlemen, we have a debut in the studio. ENN's very own Jackie Ludlow is making his weather debut, and he stands by in the virtual studio to give us the weather forecast for this evening. Jackie, what do you got?
Thanks, Max. After a breezy day, we're looking at a chilly night. Now for your evening forecast. The sun will set soon at 5:11 p.m. At 7 p.m., it will be 52 degrees with clear skies. It will cool down at 9 p.m. to about 45 degrees. And finally, at 11 p.m., it will be 40 degrees with a breeze. That's all. Back to you at the desk.
Well, Sarah, I'm going to need a new pair of socks if it's going to be that cold because, Jackie, you just knocked mine straight off. Great job, partner.
Thank you. We'll be sure to stay warm tonight. That's all we have for you this evening. Thanks again for watching ENN On Air.
For all the news you need to know when we're not on air, be sure to visit Elon News Network's website, elonnewsnetwork.com.
And follow us on social media at Elon News Network.
Stay warm and have a great night, Elon.